For the Spurs at 49-28, as we mentioned, Mario Elie, who missed 3 games with a sprained right ankle, and one of the top 3 3-point shooters for San Antonio in there, and Weber, Williamson, Divac, Anderson, and Jason Williams for the Kings.
And it was the Kings who started the brightest, leading 4-0 and looking to increase that lead.
Divac hits from outside, and the Kings are 3 for 3.
See, they put the pressure on you with Divac and Weber in their matchups with Duncan and Robinson. They force you to play him outside, and then they also take him off the dribble.
Robinson on the lob pass inside, tried to slam it through, and came up empty. A slow start for San Antonio. Divac giving the perimeter shot, and the Sacramento Kings, who are looking to sweep the Spurs for the first time in the 24-year history of this rivalry, go up 8-0.
What a way to start.
Avery Johnson at the point. And there's Divac working against Robinson, facing up, and finally the Spurs get on the scoreboard.
Well, I'm really happy for David Robinson. During the month of April here now, we know they have a few wins. Major key being that he is shooting the ball right at 60%, and he's averaging over 22 a game.
And here is Corliss Williamson going in, blocked by Robinson, and here's Divac with another chance. Gets Elliott in the air and scores. Bloody Divac off to a 4-for-4 start, and it's a 10-2 lead.
Anytime that you play against shot blockers, and Duncan and Robinson 6th and 7th in the league, you always use head fakes and ball fakes. Get them in the air.
Here is Avery Johnson penetrating and going up against Chris Weber, and it falls off the rim. Quick outlet from Weber to Williams. He's got Anderson on the wing. Nick Anderson, who's been ice cold. He has been struggling from the field all year. And now the Spurs come back, and an errant pass by Avery Johnson turns it over to Sacramento.
Well, I don't like now, if I'm coaching San Antonio, they're shooting and missing, but we're seeing no offensive rebounding, and then they're not back on defense. So where are they? You know, they're getting lost from circle to circle defensively.
Great pass from Weber to Williams on the drive, and the Kings are doing it all in the early going.
The going stayed the same as the first quarter approached halfway. It's still Sacramento by 10.
There's a great behind-the-back pass by Jason Williams, and Bloody Divac 5 for 5, and he has 10 points of the Kings 20, and they lead again by 12. Under 6 minutes to go in the first. Duncan misses the short baseline hook.
They rely on Jason Williams to push the ball and then make the decision. Nice pass.
Another great pass, and it goes through for Chris Weber. So Jason Williams putting on an early show in the assist department, and it is 22-8. 5 assists already for Jason Williams.
He's definitely dictating the tempo in this game. He's pushing it. Avery Johnson is out of the picture here.
Sean Elliott hitting a 3, and that gets the Spurs back somewhat, trailing by 11.
Popovich right now has Terry Porter over on the side. And I think that what he is saying right now is, I'm coming right away if I can, because I need better pressure in the backcourt and in transition on the ball.
Divac misses his first shot in 6 tries, and the Spurs come down with under 5 to go in the first, trailing by 11. Ellie driving around Anderson, leaves it for Duncan. 9 on the shot clock. Elliott again for 3, in and out. And the rebound by Nick Anderson.
Anytime you play a team like the Spurs and you can play high-octane basketball, keep pushing, pushing, and pushing, and force the fatigue factor over the 48 minutes.
Nick Anderson, playing with good energy to start things off, is fouled, and that'll be on Ellie.
I would like to give you an excellent highlight. Look to the right now. You're going to see Weber coming right down the lane. Why? Because Duncan left Weber to help out on the dribbler who had already beaten his man.
Nick Anderson on the line, shooting 2, and into the game for the San Antonio Spurs, Jerome Kersey, as well as Terry Porter. So the 2 veterans, and I have to say that both of them figure prominently come playoff time for the Spurs.
Absolutely. Key minutes. Nick Anderson on the line right now, coming into tonight's game, has only attempted 56 foul shots in 67 games. One of the main reasons is he will not go down in and post up like he did in the early part of his career, and he was such a highly successful post-up guy. He's got a small forward's body, the reason being the 45% foul shooting this season.
So Sean Elliott and Mario Elie to the bench, and Porter, standing three-point shooter, turns it over, and Nick Anderson fouled, and a smart foul by David Robinson because the Kings were on their way to another break. But that is 2 on Robinson.
See, I like what Terry Porter did. He said to David Robinson, "What's up?" He said, "When I went around them, the 2 guys picked me up. I laid the ball right back to you." David Robinson was still standing where he set the screen. Keep an eye now, right in the center. You're going to see Robinson. Now, the 2 guys will go for Terry right there, and Robinson never moves. Terry Porter throwing a blind pass. So you never complicate the situation by throwing a blind pass.
We have to rethink that smart foul situation because that was his second, and David Robinson comes out of the game, replaced by Samaki Walker, as Nick Anderson hits his second 3, and as Hubie points out, really struggling at 33% from three-point territory, and the Kings open up a 15-point lead with under 4 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, Nick Anderson has got to get going and get some kind of a rhythm for this ball club, or his minutes will be taken care of by Stojakovic. He's having a sensational year.
Yes, he is, and someone who you may see more prominently come playoff time for Sacramento. Underneath, Devons with a hook shot. Devons 6 of 7 from the field, and it's 28-11, and the Sacramento Kings are dictating things against the defending world champions. And once again, the assist by Jason Williams is 7th. 71% shooting, and under 40 as Samaki Walker slams through the miss, and Terry Durham going over to the scorer's table, and Popovich has to be restrained right now by Paul Pressey, his assistant coach. Popovich restrained by Pressey.
See, the technical foul was called because Popovich has been in the face of Terry Durham as the ball was being advanced into the foul line area, and he did not let up. And once the basket was scored with Samaki Walker on the follow-up, Popovich blistered Durham again. He hit him with a technical foul.
Maybe the coach losing his call served as a wake-up call for the Spurs because they quickly reduced the arrears back to 10 points, and they're about to strike again.
And here is Antonio Daniels going in with a slam. Daniels, who came from Vancouver in his second year in a Spurs uniform, has increased playing time and production.
See, they're better defensively with Daniels and Porter out there. They're bigger and quicker, more athletic.
Here's Devons, and Duncan the rebound. Devons with 12 points, the leading scorer for the Kings, who lead by 8. But the Spurs are making inroads here in the latter stages of this first quarter, outscoring Sacramento 9-0 in the last 2 minutes. And Samaki Walker going up for the shot is fouled. And that'll be on Devons, his second person.
Now Daniels is extremely quick. He has excellent anticipation. He's very quick on the knockaway. The fans are giving Devons and that first unit guys that are coming out a terrific ovation.
Porter with the basket. So Terry Porter cuts the lead now to 6 on an 11-0 run. It was a 17-point advantage for the Kings. Stojakovic with the fall away, and Walker clears.